Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? So I fed Scruffy a late snack last night. So I wasn't sure how hungry he's going to be tonight. So I have, let's see, your hearty cuts, real chicken and beef, and kibble. I saw a piece of fur or something hanging under your chin. It's kind of dark. We're coming in again, huh? You keep looking at the wall. Yeah, I don't think it's that interesting. Can we check the other side out? No? Okay. Okay, so let's get the food on the table. Glove. Still can't get a good shot of that thing hanging under his chin. There. Almost there. Yeah, oh well. Okay. So I think the weather is similar to yesterday, kind of on the cold side, but the sun came out more today. There was one point in the day where I thought I heard rain for another minute. So it rained for like a minute or two yesterday. And I thought maybe it was doing it again, but I looked outside and it was mostly sunny. I mean, there's some clouds, and I didn't see any rain, but I was hearing something. But it stopped. So I checked the forecast, and yeah, we're going to have cooler temperatures like today for next few days, and then it looks like we're going to get another heat wave at the very end of the forecast. So I'm not looking forward to the heat wave. So I went for a run this kind of late afternoon again. Since my last couple runs have been terrible, I thought I'd try to do an interval run today. So I'm kind of overdue. And since my long runs have been terrible, I thought maybe I had a chance of doing better with my shorter interval run. And I think it went okay. Oops, he's climbing. He's using his claws. I think I actually got a shot at a claw that I saw it coming out of his paw. So, let's see. So at first I thought I was doing okay with my intervals. Kind of where I'd expect to be, considering I'm fallen out of shape since my injury. But I didn't think it was actually that bad. But yeah, I was getting more tired as I went on. So I was losing quite a bit of speed as I got near the end. And then, I think I was really thrown off because by the end of my route, my I think I was maybe I'm not sure how to describe it. Half an interval behind where I should be. So I have a fixed length route that I run, and so I kind of expected to finish by the time I hit like a certain point in the route. And when I got to that point today, I think I was in between where I would normally either be finishing or doing one more run. So it was excuse me. So Scruffy didn't run away when I coughed, so that's good. So I was kind of thrown off because I wasn't sure, did I run so fast that I actually finished a little early, or more likely, did I run so slow that I was behind and I actually needed to run one more interval, but it would take me past where I'm normally running in my route. So I presumed I was just doing poorly because I don't think I was doing that well. It's a flappy piece of fur there. So he's still shedding. I checked back at some of the old videos from last year, so about this time, and yeah, it looks like he was shedding for 2 or 3 months, and so we're kind of right in the middle of it right now, if he follows the same pattern as last year. So he kind of seemed to be shedding big chunks of fur kind of throughout that whole 2 or 3 month period. I thought last year it wasn't shedding. I thought it was him getting in a fight or multiple fights with other cats. Because it looked like the fur was just ripped right off his body in some certain places. But now that I see he's doing it again, yeah, I think it's just his natural shedding. Because so I think he's staying back here more than last year. So at least I don't see him go out in the front as much as I used to. He might be sneaking out in hours I don't see him, so like in the middle of the night or something, but in the daytime I seem to see him around most of the time. Though I think later this afternoon when I went for a run I didn't see him in the yard. I saw him after I gave him his water. He jumped back on the table later that afternoon and was sleeping. But when I went out for my run, I didn't see him on the table anymore, and I couldn't see him sleeping out on the deck. So he could have been back here, but maybe he snuck out and went into the front, and I didn't see him. But I used to see him more often, I think, in the front. So he would be hanging out in my front yard garden, or he'd be hanging out on the street corner. Occasionally I'd see him hanging out in front of neighbors' houses. So one time I caught him, he was across the street. He was walking back from somewhere, I'm not sure. He saw me and my neighbor talking, and I think he wanted to get back to my yard, and he was terrified of us. So, and I don't think he likes the street very much, so I saw him dash across the street and then run into my garden. And then let's see. Yeah, so yeah, Scruffy. I don't know if he does that. I mean, he's still kind of scared of me, but I remember one time, or another time early on. Let's see, I think he was in the backyard here, and I was out in the open part of the deck, and he was at the edge of the garden, and I don't think he liked me being on the deck, and I think he wanted to be under the deck for safety. And since he was at the edge of the garden, he wasn't under the deck. So when he saw me, he made a mad dash to run under the deck. But yeah, he was terrified of the fact that I was standing on top of the deck. There's really no way I would be able to reach him. There's a railing, and quite a few plants. But yeah, he's terrified, so he just made a mad dash under the deck. And so I see Scruffy. He's out in the front sometimes. I see him also do mad dashes across the street or into my garden or something when he doesn't like me being there. Okay, I think we're about food time here. Okay, let's get the food. Oops, I think I put the plate on his foot. Sorry. So yeah, he likes to really move forward when I get the food. He doesn't leave me space to put the plate down. So I think that's the first time I might have dropped the plate on his foot. Surprising, because yeah, he never backs away. Yeah, I wasn't being too careful today. Fur feels a little messier today. That's not bad. Just it's not that great though. Okay, I'm done. So let's see. Yeah, I think I saw Scruffy sleeping on the table this morning. Yeah, I think he was in a few different places on the table this morning, and then when I finally, I know. I think yeah, I was getting close to lunchtime, and he'd just woken up, I think, on the table, and he saw me in the kitchen, and this has happened before, so I kind of anticipated that if I looked at him long enough, and since he was just woken up, he'd probably jump off the table and walk over to the door here and expect me to come out probably with his water. And so that's actually exactly what he did. So he stared at me for a little bit, and then he decided to jump off the table and then walk over to the gray mat and wait at the door. So I didn't keep him waiting too long. Brought out his water. I don't think he hissed at me, which was, I guess, an improvement. Because yeah, a lot of times, even when he's kind of expecting me, unless it's at dinner time, usually the moment I come out and get too close to him, he hisses at me. And since he was kind of close to the door, close enough that he'd have to back up to keep his distance when I came out with the water. Normally he'd hiss at me, but yeah, he didn't hiss. So progress, I guess. And then yeah, I filmed him drinking water for a little bit, and then I went back in and lots of stuff I had to do. Yeah, actually, speaking of which, I got busy last night. I had to take I had to take a phone call, so I actually didn't get to finish my dinner, and so by the time I was done, it was already starting to get it was getting kind of pretty late. It wasn't, it was starting to get close to bedtime, and wanted to finish my dinner, and so I came back out into the kitchen to, you know, heat up some things, to reheat some things, and finish my dinner, I think Scruffy noticed me in the kitchen because at one point I heard kind of a loud meow. It wasn't as loud as Scruffy has done, but it was loud enough for me to hear. So I think Scruffy was actually putting some effort into getting my attention with the meows. Because I've seen Scruffy meow at the door when I open the blinds sometimes, and I can see he's meowing, but I can't hear a thing. So he has to meow beyond a certain decibel to hear him. So anyway, since he meowed, it felt like I should come out and give him some extra kibble. So I guess he wanted dessert. So I came out with a scoop of kibble. It was kind of a healthy scoop of kibble, so more than I tend to give him normally. But yeah, I was kind of in a hurry. I wanted to get back to my dinner, which I hadn't eaten yet. You'd already eaten earlier. He's eating better than I am. So I came out, and I poured a bunch of kibble on the red plate where I keep his water bowl, and then I kind of went back in. And he seemed content. I didn't hear any more meowing the rest of the night. I also had to clean up in the kitchen and load the dishwasher. Scrap is done pretty fast. Okay, I'm gonna move the balls. I think there's one piece of kibble under the ball in the corner. Yeah, I noticed these hardy cuts. They seem less liquidy than before. So there's not as much moisture. I'm not sure. Maybe they've changed the recipe, or maybe that reflects how fresh, or maybe not fresh, the cat food is. My theory was with the pate, I didn't see as much grease. So my theory was maybe it's a fresher batch, so it takes a while for the grease to separate from the pate. Maybe the hardy cuts have a similar effect. Okay, the script is done. It's already marching off. Okay, folks. So I'm going to try to eat my dinner at a reasonable time tonight, so I'm going to go in. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.